Christopher Williams, co-founder and CEO of Proven Management Limited, continues to set the bar high in the finance industry through his pioneering achievements. Guided by his leadership, Proven is an established force to be reckoned with across the business landscape, locally, regionally, and internationally. His visionary outlook made Proven Investments Limited the first company to list on the Jamaica Stock Exchange US market. The company also earned just over US $10 billion in profit for the first 2 years of operation. Additionally, through a private placement in 2010, the equity raised by the company still represents as one of the largest private or public US dollar offerings in Jamaica's capital marketing history. Christopher has earned numerous accolades for his achievements. In 2017, he received a nomination for the Renowned Business Leader Award, a recognition reserved for the top CEOs in Jamaica. But before these accolades, his journey to excellence was launched by his academic achievements. He attended Jamaica College and would continue his education at the University of the West Indies, where he earned his bachelor's in accounting. He later earned his M.B.A. at the prestigious Schulich School of Business at York University in Toronto, Canada. Always driven to succeed, Christopher's outlook for Proven remains unrestricted. The company is presently a multi-million US dollar Caribbean-focused private equity company with holdings in portfolio companies that include the GMB Group, Proven Wealth Limited, Boston Bank Limited, International Financial Planning, Proven Real Estate Investment Trust, Access Financial Services Limited, Robert Manufacturing Company Limited in Barbados, and Dream Entertainment Limited. Also, he chairs and serves as director for numerous boards with the following recent appointments, such as the chairman for Caribbean Alternative Investment Association, Branson Center of the Caribbean, Proven REIT Limited, Jamaica College Foundation, Jamaica Association for the Deaf, and Professional Football Jamaica Limited. And is also the director for Usain Bolt Foundation, Proven Wealth Limited, Boston Bank Limited, Proven Management Limited, Jampro, and International Financial Planning Limited. In addition to his image as a business leader, Christopher is a devoted husband to his wife, Michelle, father of 2 sons, and enjoys sports in his free time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Christopher Williams.
Hello?
Yes, Chris.
Yeah. Sorry about that. That was muted. Yeah. I was. Is Jordan fault? I don't know where we get that that introduction from. That don't even sound like me, you know. But I guess my marketing team I try to prop me up, so they don't give me a whole heap of accolades. It is my pleasure to be here with you guys tonight, and to spend a few moments and just talk to you. Frankly, as I was listening to you, Curtis, and I was thinking back to my days, years ago, jumping into a new program, and how excited that was for me, and how critical that experience was in shaping my life over the next 30 years. And so I say to all of you listening in here that this is a critical time, and I encourage you to make the most of it. As Curtis was saying, don't jump into it full force, And a lot of my existing friends today are people that I would have met, through my studies, through my bachelor's and my master's. So, this is an opportunity for you to make lifelong friends. So grab it with both hands. So while we're here this evening, I am not so much a proponent of the hard skills. What you're embarking on here is an exercise in driving your technical competence, which is what I call your hard skills. And as a executive and as somebody that has hired a number of people over my career, I want you to spend a few moments with me focusing on enhancing your soft skills, because I really feel that it is the combination of those two skills that result in your individual success. I have seen way too many individuals that are, book smart and technically brilliant that have not exercised their competence to the full ability, nor have they achieved as much as I think they can achieve because of a weakness and an ignorance of the soft skills. So tonight I want to have us talk a little bit about using this time at UE to not just enhance your hard skills, but to also look at various ways you guys can work together to enhance your soft skills. And the soft skills comes from a mindset. It's very much a mental exercise. So in the same way, you are training your mind, whether through repetition or whether through logic and understanding, you're training your mind to understand occupational risk management, to physics and science, whatever the technical skill is, you're training your mind to understand that technical skill and to improve your ability to drive that technical skill. It is the very same process that you have to go through to train your mind to enhance your soft skill. So let us understand that even though you're not going to be sitting in a classroom and the lecturer is guiding you through a process, and basically beating you over the head to get you to learn and understand the technical competence, I want you to go through that very same discipline to appreciate your soft skills and to learn and grow your soft skills. So spend the same amount of time. You spend 4 or 5 hours a day in lectures and in reading and in studying and homework and all of that, in growing your technical competence. Spend 2 hours out of the day focusing on reading and mental exercises to drive your soft skills. Now, the critical definition of the soft skill for me is what I call a success mindset. And I think I'm very passionate about my high school. I had the good fortune to go to the world's greatest high school. And I know a whole heap of schools say that, but in the case of Jamaica College is the truth. But and the high school experience in Jamaica is really a blessing, because it trains your mind through some sort of mental exercise throughout the 7 years that brainwashes you into thinking that you are in fact the greatest. Just by stepping onto that campus, you are in fact the greatest. And it gives you what I define now, years later, as the success mindset. That's what I was able to achieve in my 7 years at Jamaica College, is just, a mental attitude and confidence that is a success mindset. And what are the various tips that I would have gone through that would have driven that success mindset? And that's what I want to, I want to emphasize tonight. So the first tip that I felt drove that was a rigid appreciation and discipline for smart planning. I mean, we planned everything, and we still do, as old boys participating in the school. We'll plan. I mean, it may not be, as I say, it's not technical plans, but it is success-oriented plans. So we would sit down and spend hours talking about how we plan to win champs and how we're going to every single point that we would achieve, and every single race, every single jump, every single throw, how we were going to execute that throw, and how the individuals involved would participate, and how champs would end up. And we would go through this. I mean, I'm thinking back, no, as I was planning for this presentation, I'm thinking back now that I've been going through this for the last 35 years, like every year, just, planning champs and how much points we're going to get. And that discipline, mind you, as I said, it's driven largely by, a braggadocious attitude that we all get from these boys' schools in Jamaica. But it gives you a tremendous discipline on smart planning, on being specific, being measurable, all the full acronym of the word SMART, and ensuring that we execute our plans in that way. And that discipline is something that I carried through to my career, combined, of course, with the technical competence of finance and so on. But more so by this success mindset and this tremendous discipline to plan everything. And I'm asking you to do that. I mean, we all know, the timetable management of when you're a student, but that timetable management is critical for your smart skills as well. So I ask you, the first tip for that success mindset is to ensure that you're living by a smart plan, that your entire focus over the next, whether it's 12 months, whether it's 1 month, whether it's 6 months, whether it's 3 years, is driven by a smart plan. The second thing is, and of course, before I move on, the saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So beg you, drive the soft skills, drive the success mindset with good smart planning. The second tip that I would like to emphasize is a tip that I picked up from Dr. Agri Irons. When I moved into to banking, and I joined NCB, which was my career move before starting Proven, we had a discipline. I'm not sure how we started it, but we had a discipline of every start of the financial year, we would go through a talk with a psychiatrist, with Dr. Agri Irons. And he would essentially you know, coach us mentally on success and emotional intelligence. So the second critical area that I want you to focus on is your emotional intelligence and managing your emotions. You know, he pointed out to me that you make your best decisions when you are at your resting heart rate. And that is where the saying comes from, to stay calm. And you know, and you're at your resting heart rate when you are calmest, when you are most relaxed. So that's where that comes from. So you have to train yourself as best as possible to stay as close to your resting heart rate as possible. And you know, you have all the techniques of talking to yourself, of breathing exercises, etc. And you know, as I said, I want you to be as disciplined, you know, just as much as you know you're going to get up at, you know, at midnight to study or whatever. You must have the discipline and be include in your calendar your emotional intelligence time to focus on getting your heart rate down and calming yourself, right? And so that's the second discipline of the success mindset, ensuring that you operate as much as possible at your resting heart rate. Stay calm. Thirdly, I want to highlight and to encourage you to have a positive attitude. A positive attitude for me is like the shock absorber on your car. And, you know, I am at the stage in my career that I get bombarded by all the car dealers literally every day to buy all of the big cars. I mean, believe it or not, the last WhatsApp that I got from a car dealer was trying to sell me a car for $45 million. No, I'm still stunned. The man WhatsApped me and offered me a test drive, and of course I took the test drive. But when I returned it, he said that the car was $45 million. So I mean, I'm just stunned. But you know, they target me and they bombard me to buy all of the big cars. And every single one of those big cars have shocks. So I am saying, I always said to myself, how come as technologically advanced as we have become, how come they're still building all the cars with shocks? I mean, they have all these GPS and so on. Shouldn't they be able to go around all the bumps in the road and you know, just ensure that you have a smooth ride? Why would you still need, you know, to have all these shocks? And the reality is, no matter how advanced the world has become, the reality is that you're still going to hit bumps in the road. No matter how advanced, how sophisticated, how rich and expensive the world has become, the reality is you're going to hit bumps in the road. And that's life. You're going to hit bumps in the road. So your positive attitude is your shock absorber. You know, you have to ensure that you are keeping your shock absorber as well tuned as possible, so that when you hit those bumps in the road, you can fall back on your shocks and your attitude and allow it to work, which is to take the hit, absorb it, and then just bounce you back. And that's what I want. Attitude determines your altitude. I'm telling you, we do these interviews and we don't hire people just from resumes. So it means that your technical competence is only going to get you so far. So even if you get A plus from Curtis, it not gonna get you the job. I still going to need to sit down in front of you and pressure you and see just how much shock absorber you have. Because I know, as smart as you are and as great as the University of the West Indies training is, you're still going to hit a bump in the road, and I need to know how good your shock absorbers are. The fourth is what I call the Usain Bolt tip for success mindset, and that is perform. That is action. So that is ensuring that you deliver on whatever it is you are tasked with. And I note the presentation by the president of the faculty association, and I wondered how many of you are actually going to sign up to join the faculty association and to participate. And it is these soft skills, participating and executing and being a team player, getting involved in all of the social extracurricular activities, and really maximizing the experience. Those are the things that help you to be a success-minded individual and drives you way beyond the limits of your technical competence. And that's what we got with Usain. Usain wasn't just, of course, a fast runner, but you saw that he delivered on the big stage. He, no matter what experience he would have gone through and how he would have lost in the pre-races leading up, when it came time for the finals of the 100 meters at the Olympic Games, I'm going to deliver. And that's what I want you to demonstrate. And you demonstrate that by volunteering and participating in the extracurricular activities and training yourself to be a Usain Bolt. You deliver, whether it is a little social function, whether it is an online session to vibes up everybody, whatever extracurricular activity it is. I'm not talking about your projects and your tests and all of that. I'm talking about your soft skills, ensuring that you have that success action, not success mindset, but that success action. And you are mentally training your muscles to deliver on whatever activity you are presented with, right? You must have that. And that's what we got from Jamaica College. We have a big sign that when you drive into the school, it is the school of champions. We don't want to come second in a champs. We're depressed. You understand me? We want to win champs. We want to win Manning Cup. We want to win Colts. We want to win Pepsi. We want to win Schools Challenge. Literally, we sit down every year at our strategic planning meeting. And the strategic plan is to win everything. Every single solitary competition that exists for the schools. And that's what I want you to train your mind by participating in the extracurricular activities. Train your mind to be success-oriented and to be action-oriented. Finally, I want to give you a saying that once you have kids, you learn this saying, and you have to repeat it fairly often. And that is, in life, you either win or you learn. You never lose. And that is an important saying. You either, as I said, you need to repeat that to yourself, because this is something that I live by, and that I try and train my kids on. You either win or you learn. You never lose. And that is obviously because there are going to be experiences that you don't get the grade that you wanted. You don't get the girl that you wanted. You don't get the job that you wanted. You don't achieve one of the goals that you set out, one of your SMART plans. And what you have to understand is you take responsibility for it, and you sit down and you say, what is it that went wrong? Is it my, you know, in the case of Usain Bolt, was it my start? Was it my drive phase? Was it my acceleration? Was it my finish? Was it my concentration? Was it my form? He breaks down his 100-meter race down to the last second and identifies where exactly in the race did he go wrong. And, you know, and you hear Shelly and them all the time. Them, you know, it's just amazing to me. They always say, you know, that they didn't execute. So they have a plan for every single solitary second of the race, and they didn't execute X or Y perfectly, and they learn. So, you know, we have to take a leaf out of that book, and we have to understand that, you know, that's a given in life. You know, you're going to have days where you're going to learn, where you didn't win, but you never lose, you learn. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving me. I know I'm a little long-winded. I love to chat, but you know, I wanted to spend a few moments with you tonight to basically encourage you to dedicate a lot of your time on soft skills. I'm begging you, you know, and you know, I know you're bright and you're brilliant and you spend a whole lot of money to go to UA and all of that, and that's great, and that's a good piece of paper, and it's great technical skills. But I'm here to tell you that that's only a half of the journey. The other half of the journey is in your corner, is at your fingertips. You just have to spend the time focusing on it. Focusing on your smart plan, focusing on your emotions, trying to stay calm and maintain an emotional intelligence as much as possible. Focusing on your shocks, making sure your shocks are in good working condition, getting up in the morning and taking a deep breath and looking at the mirror and say, yes, I am the greatest. I am hot as hell. You know, even though your belly big and, you know, and you're, you know, you really need to lose some weight, you know, talking to yourself and giving yourself that positive affirmation to build your positive attitude. Be a bold, deliver, make sure, practice, train yourself to be action oriented. So when it comes time for the big day, whether it is to plan this, you know, this session, this welcome session, and making sure that, you know, it comes off all right, doing the work behind the scenes, training yourself to deliver and being action oriented. And then finally, in life, you either win or you learn. You never lose. Let's hope.